Now tell me, has this happened to you before? You forgot to hit record on the camera while the actor or the client has finished their interview or they finished acting. What did you do? The oldest trick in the book is to blame it on the client. Tell the client that there's something that you didn't speak on. You know what, let's just do it from the top so that, the entire take is smooth. We all make mistakes from time to time. It's just a matter of how many times we've been caught. I've been privileged to work on and also review projects by other established filmmakers and even film students. And it's funny how some mistakes are actually common on both sides of the spectrum. And so in this video, we're going to be talking about how we, because I'm not exempted, I make the same mistakes from time to time, how we can actually avoid some of these mistakes. Perfect beginnings. It is better to do 100% good film than to do an average film that is 30% great and 70% poor. In the beginning stages of a project, we like to take our time, get the perfect shot, and then when the reality that there is no project that has an unlimited budget, not even Avatar, hits us in the face, the spirit of Asaba will now come and rest upon the filmmakers and will start rushing to finish, and the quality of the film will just drop as quickly as the producer's bank account. 5 takes will suddenly shrink down to 1 take. So by doing that, we now find that certain parts of the movie looks amazing and then the remaining 70% of the film looks crap. So what's the solution? I think we can borrow from Steve Covey's 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, and one of them is begin with the end in mind. I think if we can think about the project as a whole and how we can best distribute our resources in terms of time and budget and everything across the entire project, I think it will go far. So whenever we have a situation where there is a more efficient way of, let's say, shooting a scene, let's do that, knowing fully well that the time that we're saving now is going to benefit the project down the road in future. Every decision we make on day 1 or day 2 is going to impact day 12. Number 2, stakes and conflict. You know that feeling when you've been watching a film for about 20 minutes and then suddenly you find yourself asking, what am I watching? Where is this film going? Why am I wasting my life? It's usually because there is not enough conflict or the stakes in the film are not high enough. There needs to be a clear goal that our character need to achieve. That's the goal, that's the want. We now need to become their village people and put as many obstacles on their path as possible. That's the conflict. And then to top it all off, we now need to make sure that they need to surpass these obstacles within a time period, because if they fail to do it within that time period, it's going to be catastrophic. That's the stakes. Take Alice in Borderland. That's a perfect example. Every episode, they have a need. They want to win the game. What's the obstacle? The game is the obstacle. What will happen if they don't play the game? They will die. So now, how can we actually put this into practice? Well, we can do this by asking 4 questions on any project that you want to jump on. Who's our main, or who are our main characters? 2, what do they want? So we're establishing that, oh, they want to do this thing or they need to do this thing. Number 3, what's stopping them from getting that thing? The obstacles. Number 4, what will happen if they don't get this particular thing? The stakes. If you can confidently answer these questions on that particular project that you want to get on, then you're pretty good to go. Your story is going to keep the viewers glued to their screens. If you are having issues answering these questions, then you probably want to take a pass on that project. But if Sapa is on your street and it's getting close to your house, take it to. Number 3 will be, don't look cheap. If anything in your film is going to make your film look like it was poorly made, you want to throw that thing out. James Cameron said if there's any part of your film that when you're watching it, you cringe a bit, toss it out. Because just that one thing is kind of like one bad egg ruining the other good eggs. Just that one scene can bring down the entire film. I mean, why is drama, comedy, and horror films one of the most popularly made films as opposed to something like fantasy and action? Because it's a lot easier and cheaper, quote and unquote, to make it look good and believable compared to something like action and fantasy, whereby it requires a lot of skilled manpower and resources and time and budget. If you don't have good access to VFX, don't put it in your film. Don't say that somebody should turn to rope and start shooting fireball. I'm talking from experience. If your location is not fine like that, then shoot with tighter lenses so that you can compress the space a little bit, so that you don't reveal that this space you get as a view. If you don't have proper fight choreography choreographers and stunt doubles. Please remove action scenes and sequences from your film. Alternatively, you can use implied fight scene, whereby you are not showing the actual fight, rather you show the beginning and the aftermath of the fight. Simple. If this video has been helpful to you, then you should go check out my other video where I talk about how to improve the quality of the sounds of your video. If you haven't already, subscribe to this channel, smash the like button, go watch that video, and bye for now.